Hi, I'm Harold Hartfield, the prototype Harold Hartfield. I'm fighting out of Black House. I started martial arts when I was about 7 years old. The first thing I studied was Shotokan. Shotokan wasn't supposed to be legalized to be done for the younger people. It was supposed to be done for the adults. And we started paying my payments, and I started doing jiu-jitsu, and I'm trying to reach to the higher level. But I like to thank Todd from TFA, and I like to thank Joey to give me a special opportunity to fight, to actually let my name be heard, so you guys get a feeling of me. I'm going to give you guys a good show. I'm telling you, you might want to see this. It's going to get very, very tense. I'm going to show you guys who the prototype is. Prototype is a machine, so you're going to love it.
Hey, this is LC Crumble here for the second time coming back at TFA. I want to thank Todd and Joey for sponsoring this fight. My last fight, I came back from a victory fighting Dwight Hardgrave. He's a nice opponent. We went the distance. I'm looking forward to coming out there and winning another one. I want to thank my coaches, Theo and Travis and Hanad, all of them. I'm going to be fighting Harold Hartfield. I don't know much about him, but I hope he's prepared, because I am. Been working on mostly striking and ground game. Lots of sparring, so be prepared.
Harold Hartfield is making his MMA debut and TFA debut. This is the third fight of the night. He's going to be in the red corner, and he's fighting LC Crumble, who's fought before with the TFA, who's going to be in the blue corner. Both these guys are about 6 foot, 180 pounds. So let's see what Toby has to say.
Standing 6'3", 180 pounds, is a Muay Thai Shotokan and BJJ specialist, fighting out of Black House MMA. Give it up for Harold Hartfield.
Here comes Harold Hartfield, making his debut in TFA at TFA 32, fighting out of Black House MMA in LA. And his fight style is Muay Thai, Shotokan, BJJ, weighing at 180 pounds at 6'3". We know Elsie, and we don't know what this guy's going to bring to the table, but he's got quite the credential.
I'm here with Harold Hartfield. Harold, you're making your MMA debut tonight.
Yes, sir.
So what do you want to fight?
Actually, I just want to do a lot of stand-up right now. I just want to see what the guy's stand-up game is about. And if his stand-up is not good, I'm going to just spread out and get a little breathing, give him some breathing a little bit. But I do want some ground game tonight. I do a lot of jiu-jitsu and capoeira. So we'll be seeing a little bit of that tonight. Hopefully you can see some kung fu too also, and some Shotokan karate, so, and full flesh Muay Thai. So yeah, I do a lot of judo also. So yeah, I have a lot of stuff on my sleeve, like Hapkido, Aikido. I do a lot of martial arts, and I've been doing it for quite a while. Jeet Kune Do, Wushu Shaolin. Yes sir. Looking at a few black belts I have.
Yeah, again, ladies and gentlemen, as Miko mentioned, Harold Hartfield is making his MMA debut and TFA debut. This is the third fight of the night. He's going to be in the red corner, and he's fighting LC Crumble, who's fought before with the TFA, who's going to be in the blue corner. Both these guys are about 6 foot, 180 pounds. So let's see what Toby has to say.
Out of the blue corner, stands 5'11", 180 pounds. He is a Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist, fighting out of Street Sports BJJ. Give it up for TFA veteran, LC Crumble.
Now, LC Crumble, we know this guy from the last TFA fight. He came in and he's got a record of 1-1, and at 5'11", he gives up a little bit of height, but he's got those double X gloves, which might come in handy in this fight.
Crumble Elsie, this is your second fight with the TFA. You had an impressive first fight. What's going to happen tonight? What's your game plan?
My game plan is to go in there, give him a couple of strikes, figure out where he's at, work from there. If he's not too aggressive, ground him, pound him, take him to the ground, or just frustrate him. Give him lots of shots to the face, the body, wear him out. If I have to take it a full 3 rounds, I will. If I don't have to, I won't.
He's a little bit shorter than Harold, but he looks like he's in pretty good shape and he's pretty buffed out. So I think both these guys match up well. Harold's experience. Elsie's only been training for a year or so, but he brings a level of athleticism, obviously, by looking at his physique. So we'll see what happens. I think this is going to be a good fight. Both these guys are hungry. They both are very. Again, Elsie has 2 fights, and this is Harold's MMA debut. And I know they're both hungry. I could feel it when we interviewed them this morning. So I think we're going to see a lot of striking from both these guys. So it should be an exciting fight.
So again, I ask you, TFA fans, are you ready for the fight?
So we'll have to see what happens. But again, this is the 3rd fight of the night from the TFA at the Longshoreman Hall in Wilmington, California.
Yeah, this fight should be a crowd pleaser for sure, Jacob. And you know, Elsie also took track in high school and went all the way to state. So look for the quickness out of the blue corner. And there goes the kicks already. At a dip. Oh! A nice turnaround kick from Harold Hartford. Spun around, got him in the midsection. It looked like it connected, and now they're both down on the ground with Harold on top.
Well, Harold delivered. He said he was going to do his striking, and hey, he did, and he took down Elsie, and now Elsie has Harold in an armbar, and it looks like Harold submitted.
Oh, it was awesome. I wasn't expecting that, but I surely pulled it off. It's a kind of fight. Yeah.
Came into TFA, you gave it your best shot.
Yes,
what do you got to say to your fans and family?
Well, I just want to apologize to everybody. I was supposed to win this fight, but he got to grab my arm. Pretty good jiu-jitsu techniques he had. I wasn't aware of. He caught me in the arm bar. That was my mistake. I should have got my ass up out of there, but he grabbed it too hard. He grabbed it tough. He had a good grip. I mean, I got in there. I did a good kick, but it wasn't enough.
It was a hell of a kick and a hell of a job done. Yeah. And I hope to see you again at TFA.
Oh yeah, I'm coming back. If you want a rematch, we'll do a rematch. I really want a rematch though. I really do. Okay.
Hey, Elsie, congratulations. Congratulations on your win tonight. Quite an exciting fight. You got knocked out. You survived. You pulled guard. You pulled the armbar. You used your jiu-jitsu like you talked about this morning. Give us your thoughts.
My thoughts was I did a pretty good job. I didn't know how it was going to be. I was watching out for his reach. When I ducked down, I didn't know what was coming, but I felt it. I felt a real good kick. I grabbed him, took him down. Knew he wasn't going to do any ground game. Grabbed the arm, pulled it off. Yeah.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Justin Abella. It's my third fight coming back. I'm 1-1. I'm ready for this fight. You know, I've trained hard. I want to thank my coach, Coach Rich, Coach Bo, and I'm ready. My last fight, it was a close fight. You know, all 3 rounds. Eric Gonzalez, he was a tough guy, but hey, I put it through. You know, he had more experience that I didn't. But you know, I'm ready to get better. You know, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to get this next win for sure. I'm ready to have 2-1 instead of 1-2. So, yeah.
My name is Raul Zombie Navarrete, fighting out of Brandon's Pro's West Coast Jiu-Jitsu. Coming back for another fight for TFA, and I've been training hard since my last fight. My last fight against Felipe Alvarez, it was tough. He was a tough dude, a good fighter. I take no fighter for granted. And, I look forward to getting back in the cage for this next fight, and I'm prepared to give him a show.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 4th fight of the night. Let's see what Toby has to say.
Fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'6", 155 pounds. He's a southpaw fighting out 228 Street Gym, Justin Abella.
Now you were backstage talking with Justin Abella, Jacob. He was all smiles. How much of that smile do you think was hiding fear?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he seems like a generally happy person who wants to fight. He doesn't get nervous before a fight. You know, every fighter's a little bit different before a fight. Some people are very quiet. Other people are trying to get amped up. He just seems relaxed. What's going on in your mind right now?
Shit, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready to fight. Pretty much, like whatever. I'm not really stressing on it. It's just another fight.
Yeah. What have you been working on specifically to train for this fight?
Everything: boxing, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, wrestling. You know, like everything, all around.
Do you know anything about your opponent?
He did. The last fight, I saw the last fight. He did good. You know, striker supposedly. Other than that, you know, I wish him the best.
His opponent fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'11", 160 pounds, a stand-up fighter out of West Coast Academy. Give it up for Raul Navarrete.
Raul Navarrete in the welterweight division, coming in at 5'11", 160 pounds. This kid is exciting to watch. We saw him last time at TFA 32, and he's got his hair wrapped up in those cornrows nice and tight, whereas last time he let it flow freely and gained a lot of attention.
So I'm standing here with Raul Navarrete, aka the Zombie. This is your 2nd fight with the TFA. You had a great first fight. What's going on in your mind right now?
I'm just nervous. I'm excited to get in there again.
And what have you worked on specifically, anything particular since your last fight?
No, I just kept everything the same. Just trying to stay good all around.
Stay good all around? Do you know anything about your opponent?
No, not really. I've seen footage from last fight, about it.
And did you bring a large contingency of people like last time? I think last time you had a quarter of the stadium here to watch you.
Yeah, a little bit less.
Yeah.
I like this kid. This kid has a good future. His personality, he's a man of few words, but I think he gets it done in the ring, and he just has that certain X factor.
Yeah, when you hit as hard as he does, you don't really need to talk a lot, really. Just prove yourself in the cage, which he's done. You're right, he's got a good attitude. He brings, you know, he trains at the West Coast Academy in Bakersfield, so he's come quite a distance to be here tonight.
All right, TFA fans, a lot of you guys know we've been coming to some of the last 32 shows. No, as the night gets longer, the fights get shorter. Don't expect this one to go to a decision, guys. As you hear, are you the TFA fans? We for a fight!
Here we go, a welterweight fight.
3 2-minute rounds. Let's see if Raul Navarrete can handle the southpaw. Coming out of 228th Street Gym and with a 1-0 record, Raul Navarrete is a great stand-up fighter who is very well-rounded and well-versed.
That's a good point, Miko. That, again, Justin has a southpaw stance, so he leads with his right foot, as opposed to Raul has the more traditional stance, and he leads with his left foot, which gives the power to that right hand. Some people are good at going at both. I'm only traditionally pretty good at the traditional stance, but both these fighters are kind of feeling each other out, kind of seeing what the other one is going to bring.
Yeah, welterweight division is a very quick and explosive division, and we remember Raul's fight. He was very exciting and threw a lot of quick jabs. He was also very good at the grappling, the cinches, and he can stand up or take it to the ground. So we're waiting to see how these two styles mix in this fight. We're up against the fence right now with Raul trying to get a headlock or an arm lock, it looks like, to create some space maybe, and push away and get those long limbs into effect in this match.
That's a good point, Miko. It looks like Justin tried a single leg. Raul it looks like Justin just hit Raul with a nice counter to Raul's kick and took him down, but it looks Raul doesn't look any worse for the wear. He's back up again, and both these two are kind of in the clinch. I would suggest Justin to get off that cage. Just get up, don't let Raul push you into that cage, because right now Raul has the advantage. But both these two are just slugging it out. So far, an exciting fight.
You're right, Jacob. Raul is very resilient. He could take a punch. We've seen it. He's very lanky. He's got a lot of reach on him. So he wants to create a little bit of space and keep those limbs of Justin's away, and he'll still be able to make a connection. Right now they're cinched up, throwing in quick jabs, quick knees against the fence. Raul is controlling right now, but any minute Justin can turn the tides, which he is right now, throwing some quick elbows and some...
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was an exciting first round. Half the crowd here, which by the way is packed, is on their feet. Both these guys are slugging it out, but as you mentioned, when they're cinched up like that, nobody really has an advantage. They're 50-50. They're both hitting each other. Who knows who's going to drop first? So, as like you said, Oriol needs to distance himself, use that advantage. But again, both these guys are brawling. Justin did drop Raul, but Raul came back even stronger and started landing some blows. So I don't even know who to score that. That seemed both even to me on the first round. I think you're going to see more intensity, more strikes. I think you're going to see more knockdowns in the next 2 rounds.
Absolutely right, and that's a good call on that. A split right down the middle bout between these two so far. The second round, I'm just glad to see it at all.
I think the fight could have ended by who knows who, and if that first round went a little bit longer, those two were slugging it out. And both these guys have an intensity about them. They're both hitting hard. They're both duking it out. They want to win. They want to win as fast as they can. They both have striking ability, and so we'll see what happens in the second round. They both touch gloves, which is really a sign of respect that they have for each other. And here we go with the second round.
Raul was born in '95. These guys have 5 years in between them. Justin born in '90, so they're both young kids, and they're not throwing for the fences. They're not trying to end it with one punch. They're trying to slowly wear down their opponent, and it's the same again, up against the fence with the clinching, feeling each other out, but at the same time taking every opportunity to throw a blow or a punch or a kick as quickly as possible and move out of the way and not get this fight stopped early. And I think that's the key, and I think their trainers are paying off very well, obviously. Neither one making too big a mistake. We're into the second round now, and so far, fairly even, I'd say, still.
Yeah, it looks like Raul has, again, like in the first round, has Justin up against the cage. Again, he looks like Raul is throwing some more knees and doing a little more damage. The ref's going to separate them because really, when you're in that position, it's kind of back and forth. But again, kind of a repeat of the first round. Justin is countering Raul's kicks with some punches. But it looks like the crowd is now chanting. Can you hear? I can't even hear. I can't even understand. But regardless, they're chanting with a lot of passion. And again, they're back up inside the cage. Again, one of these two. Justin's got to get out of the cage, get his back off the cage because he's not in an advantageous position. Raul needs to try to capitalize on the position that he has, take him down, and do some damaging blows, and so he can finish his fight.
The crowd could have been chanting a nickname, or maybe just chanting for the fight to get going here. Some good solid blows from Raul to the midsection of Justin, who was just up against the cage almost the entire round. So we'll see what the third round brings. I think that's when the big guns are going to come out and they'll be throwing for the fences trying to end it.
Yeah, it looks like Raul, as opposed to the first time he had Justin against the cage, threw a lot more knees, did a little more damage to Justin. But Justin seems no worse for the wear. He's still getting ready for the third round. Maybe he's hurt, but he sure doesn't show it. He's one tough dude. So I think both these guys are going to come out swinging in round 3. I want to say by far this is probably one of the more exciting fights of the night so far. It's gone the distance. You see a ton of effort from both these guys. They're both striking. None of them look really hurt. They look like they're maybe a little tired, but they're ready to have a strong third round. I think you're going to see that. I think Justin's going to pull what he has to pull out for the third round. Raul is going to just continue doing what he's doing. And so hopefully it won't go to the judges, but we'll have to wait and see.
Right in the middle of this this card at TFA 32 Annihilation. And yeah, I'd say the third round going into this welterweight fight, both blue and red corners have shown what they have. It's time to see who comes out on top here.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 4th fight of the night. Justin Abella in the red corner versus Raul Navarrete in the blue corner. Great fight so far. Nice combination by Justin. He came out and threw a couple combinations. Raul is pretty good with those kicks, but Justin's pretty good at countering those and just shooting his punches right away. They say if somebody kicks you, you punch him, and that's what he's doing.
These guys are both taking everything that each other has fairly well, and a nice takedown from Raul. It lands on top, and Justin gives up his back. Let's see if Raul can capitalize on this with a submission possibly. We've mentioned before that he's well-versed standing up and on the ground, and it looks like Raul might just have the scorecard in his favor.
Yeah, it looks like Justin tried to throw him. I'm not sure what kind of a throw that was, but unfortunately he landed up on his back, and Raul took advantage of that, mounted him, and now I think from what I can see, he has Justin's back, although I really can't see anything at the moment. And it looks like he's trying to submit him. But again, Justin did try a throw impressively, but unfortunately landed on his back, and Raul's taking advantage.
Doing the play-by-play for TFA is always fun, and now that we have these new monitors, it's great to be able to call the action a little bit more clearly and let you know what's going on play-by-play. But these fighters and this crowd here, this TFA audience, they're so rambunctious. Sometimes they throw our monitor out. So excuse us for any confusion of names or colors.
The electricity in the atmosphere is actually affecting the electricity in the TV. So it's quite an electric environment in here. And again, getting back to the fight, it looks like Raul taking advantage of that position, has taken the back of Justin, is throwing punches. What Justin needs to do is get to his back. The fight's over. Let's see what the judges think.
Hey guys, real quick, so you guys may know, we got a head referee, Larry Landis, a great ref, notorious. You like how he stopped the fight on the cage there and let these guys punch it out. That's what it's all about, guys. Let these guys get word. We got great refs like Larry here, man. I really appreciate that. But, without further ado, your winner, by unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue corner. Give it up for Raul.
You gave it everything you got. That was a heck of a fight. Maybe the fight of the night. What do you got to say to the TFA fans and your family?
Sure, I want to thank Tom Mitchell for the opportunity, and I just want to thank my family, I guess. Thank you for the opportunity, and it was a great opponent. So yeah, thank you.
You guys put on a heck of a show. Thank you very much.
Most exciting fights tonight. You guys going back and forth and duking it out, putting on a show for all the fans. Give us your thoughts.
It was a tough dude. Oh yeah. It was tough. Yeah.
So we can see you again at TFA?
Of course.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Raul Navarrete.
Alright, listen up! This is my boy Sean Loeffler. His first fights were with me. Now he's in a big show called the UFC. Talk about it, Loeffler.
Hey everybody, I know a lot of faces out here. What was it, like 10 years ago? I fought on TFA 1 and way down in San Diego in the frozen Golden Acorn, and now I'm lucky enough to fight in the UFC and represent Hermosa Beach, California. So I'll be there. I'll fight a week from tomorrow, and then January 31st, we'll be doing the Anderson Silva Nick Diaz undercard. So thank you all for your support, and keep supporting shows like this for the young fighters. And for the young fighters way back there warming up, I fought on TFA 1, now I'm in the fucking UFC. Keep at it, kids.
Fucking keep at it! Alright, so title fight time.
How you doing, everybody? This is Eric Gonzalez right here, the Ghost Pepper. How you doing, TFA fans? I just want to thank Todd for having me again. This is going to be my third fight with TFA. Undefeated so far, 4-0. Let's see what happens next. Justin Abella. Yeah, great fighter, man. He put on a hell of a fight last. We went 3 rounds, and then I took it with a unanimous decision. I went back, looked at all the footage, worked on a lot of stuff, so I've been training real hard. Got my coaches helping me with a lot of stuff, fixing the little nicks that I need to fix. Can't wait to get back in there. I'm ready for whatever you put in front of me. Let's do this. I'm ready to scrap, man.
What's up, TFA? Matt Martinez coming out of the sweatshop, Lakewood, California. It's gonna be a good fight, you know. Gonna be a strap on my waist pretty soon, guaranteed. Eric Gonzalez, I'm sorry for you, bro. No mercy, man. Have a good one.
Here we are, fight number 5 at TFA 32, Annihilation between Eric Gonzalez and Matthew Martinez. And Jacob, I think this is a championship fight, isn't it?
I think it is. It's in the welterweight division. Both these guys have a lot of amateur fights in them. Matthew's had 7 fights. Eric's had 4. Eric Gonzalez is undefeated. So this is a title fight. Both these guys are in great shape. They're both veterans, so they're going to come out swinging hard. We'll have to see what happens.
All right, TFA fans, both these guys have a lot of amateur fights, so this will be for the TFA welterweight title. Fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'9", 165 pounds. He's a freestyle fighter fighting out of Torrance, California. Give it up for Eric Gonzalez.
Here comes Eric Gonzalez. Eric is 4-0, 5'9", and at 165 pounds. This should be a great fight tonight.
Eric Gonzalez, the defending champion with a 4-0 record. That's nothing to sneeze at. This kid's coming in with a lot of intensity. He's a young guy. about 22 years old, fighting out of Torrance, so he's a resident homeboy.
Gonzalez. Eric, you're currently 4-0.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
How do you feel right now?
I feel great, man. This is definitely the hardest match I've been training for. It's my title fight, so I took it more than serious. And the most thing I've been working on is definitely my striking, stand up the most. So that's where I'm at right now in my game plan. You know, it's to stand up, strike it out, duke it out. You know, if all else fails, go back to my wrestling.
And what do you feel your strengths are?
My strengths right now is definitely my stand up right now. I feel like it's way more comfortable than it was last time. I'm going to be way more aggressive. That's, you know, that's what it's all about right there, getting in there and in and out.
Eric definitely looked cool and calm back there backstage earlier today.
Yeah, I think he had the right attitude. You know, he knows he's got a tough opponent, but he's still been training as much as he can, and really is trying to put on a good show tonight. He's working on specifically his stand-up, but he knows he's got a tough opponent.
All right, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, standing 6'1", 175 pounds, a Muay Thai and wrestling specialist, fighting out of Sweatshop MMA, a TFA veteran, one of my favorite guys to watch. Give it up for Matthew.
It's rare to see somebody come into TFA with a record of 4 fights under their belt. Not only does Eric meet that, but Matthew beats it with 4 and 3, so he's got more experience and a little bit more height and a little bit more weight. He's fighting out of the Sweatshop MMA in Lakewood, and these two guys are evenly matched as far as age goes, but experience goes to Martinez, and out of the blue corner should be pretty ready for Eric Gonzalez.
Here with Matt Martinez. Matt, it's been over a year since you fought with the TFA. You've changed and gotten better. What can we see different from you tonight?
What can you see? You're going to see a lot of stuff, man. You're going to see excitement. I want to say adventure. You know, I'm going here to hurt. I'm going here to bring some pain. I'm going here with bad intentions, bro. You know, I'm going here to have some fun, obviously, because, you know, I do this for fun. I do this for my kids, bro. So you're going to see Let's see it all, man. Basically.
Yeah, both these guys, again, as we've mentioned before, our experience, they're both going to bring it. I think they're pretty well-rounded from our conversations. They both have worked on their striking, have worked on their grappling, and they've had the time to work on their holds because both of them have had several fights. So both these guys are experienced. They'll probably go pro at some point. But both these guys are veterans of the TFA. And Todd put them in this title fight for a reason. Because they're going to put on a show, deliver what they need for the fans. Both these guys had large contingencies of people with them when their names were called, the walkout music. You heard a lot of yelling and screaming from the fan base, which, by the way, it's like a packed house in here again, which is normal for the TFA.
All right, TFA fans, this is a welterweight title fight. So this time, I'm going to bring both fighters to the middle of the ring, turn over to our head referee, Sean Wells, for the rules.
All right, fighters, you got over your judges in the back. Fight big, fight hard. You want to touch your ups, do it now. All right, come out fighting.
All right, TFA fans, let's give it up.
Jacob, these guys look intense. They look like they're ready to tear this mat up, eat the cage, and spit it out. They're going to come out, I believe, feeling each other out, but I think they're going to be swinging. I think they're going to be kicking. I think they're going to be trying to go for that takedown. They're looking for points. These guys know what they're doing in there. So they're going to try to win the judges' decision as well as knock out their opponent or submit them.
Looks like Eric Matthew kicked Eric and capitalized on that because it looks like Eric slipped, and now it looks like Matthew has Eric's back, and he's going to, let's see what he does from here if he tries to take this to the side and capitalize on that. Eric needs to get his shoulders to the ground and try and scooch out of that position, and so he can turn into Matthew and not give him his back, because right now Matthew has a more advantageous position, and it looks like he's trying to mount, and he has mounted Eric.
And Matthew, again, got to the back. That was a very unusual back position. But when you're grappling, anything can happen, and you got to learn how to work with anything in any position that you're in. So both these guys, they're probably breathing a little heavy at this point, I'm guessing, both of them, coming out with such piss and vinegar. And
let's hope that they are able to catch their breath and put on a good show for the fans there.
Most people don't realize how tiring grappling is. It may not seem like a lot of action is going on, but there's so much energy that's being expended by both the fighters, both the guy on the bottom and the guy on top. And it looks like Matthew has passed. At one point they were in half guard. It looks like Matthew has passed Eric's guard, has side control. We'll see what he does from here. It looks like Matthew just threw a knee at Eric, which can be pretty devastating. And so Matthew's got to do something, maybe mount, maybe try a submission and finish his fight. It looks like Eric, again, needs to scooch his hips out, try to regain guard back with Matthew.
Matthew, came into this ring stomping the mat and maybe trying to psych himself up, maybe trying to intimidate his opponent. But either way, both these guys look like they came to fight, and the fans are appreciating it.
It looks like Eric has reversed Matthew and now has Matthew up against the cage. Maybe it looks like maybe Matthew maybe a little bit tired from all that side control that he had with Eric. But it looks like now Matthew has reversed Eric, and it's kind of going back and forth. It looks like Matthew is trying to guillotine choke. He's got to get his legs around Eric for that to work, so we can use a little more leverage. And and it worked. Good for him.
Come get it branded. You gotta give it back to us. Oh yeah, you know what I do. Alright, so Matthew Martinez. Let's give him a big round of applause. Let's give Big Eric a round of applause. Thank you for that. And Matthew, what do you got to say? You go TFA!
I'm here. This is the reason I'm breathing. Second of all, Sweatshop MMA. That's my blood, that's my family, that's my team. Third of all, my beautiful fiance over there next to the guy with the Dodger shirt. That's my pops. And you did Eddie, that's my pops in the Dodger shirt. Feel me? Love you guys. This for my kids, dog. I started this for my kids. Got 2, 5 and 1. And I do it for them. This is why I do this shit. And also for the beautiful fans, you know. This all for y'all. This y'all entertainment, so I'm glad I can entertain. Thanks a lot, TFA. Todd, you're the man. You got me in this game, bro. I don't know. I'm going to Disneyland.
There, you came in defending your championship. Tonight, Matthew was a better man, but you still have a lot of fans and family out there that came up to support you. Who we see you again at TFA?
Good to see you again. Next time I'll be at my weight class 155. Hey man, you're a tough ass dude, man. Thanks for the great battle tonight. I'm gonna keep my head up and focus on the next one. It's all good, man. Thank you for everybody who came out tonight. You know, I really appreciate all the support. I'm sorry I couldn't come out with a big W, but you know what? It is what it is, so let's just get going and move on to the next one.
You did TFA proud. We all and we'll see you into Eric Gonzalez, everybody. Give it up.
we go with TFA's second grappling match of the night, and it seems as though a 16-year-old came in and took the fight with hours of notice, fighting against Nick Kaluza.
We got Jonathan Castro from Riverside Submission and Nick Kaluza from the compound. Remember guys, this is submission only, no strikes. Slams are legal.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're back from intermission at TFA 32 Annihilation. We have a Nick Kaluza versus Jonathan Castro. This is going to be a grappling match only due to the age of, I think, Jonathan, who's 17, who took this fight on very, very short notice.
Yeah, these guys are getting in here with very little to work with. All the limitations of the underage grappling and hardly any notice at all of the fight. But that just shows you the heart that these guys have for their profession and their dreams to one day become a professional fighter. Nice takedown from, I believe it's Kaluza. Nick Kaluza with a takedown.
Yeah, Nick Kaluza, flying triangle. Was at an armbar. I can't even see from here. But again, Nick has a lot more experience. He's fought MMA before. He's done grappling. He's done Muay Thai. He's got quite a bit more experience. He's fighting an opponent who's a bit larger, but obviously Nick is a little more experienced. He's better trained. So he knows more moves. And I honestly, I can't even see what's going on right now. But it looks like Nick has him in a leg lock. I can't really tell.
Well, from what I can see, when you're training in jiu-jitsu and they talk about rolling on the mat, these guys are taking it literally, rolling on the mat, making the referee jump out of the way, it looked like. And it looks like they're trying to trade holds, and it looks like Nick Kaluza is trying to hang on to an armbar, or like you said, Jacob, a flying armbar that he might have lost his grip on. But at this point, both fighters still on the ground fighting for a position.
Yeah, it looks like Nick is trying to pass the guard of John and get in a superior position to ideally submit him at some point. I couldn't quite see the whole commotion. I did know, as you said, it was a flying armbar or triangle. There was a mad scramble there, and again, Nick's trying to pass the guard of Jonathan Castro, and get a superior position. It looks like they just gave the sign for 30 seconds, and that's the end of round one. So well, let's see what these two bring in round two. So it looks like both these guys are talking with their coaches about strategy for the second round. I think you saw a lot of good action in that first round, a lot of mad scramble. Both these guys are at about 145, maybe 50 pounds. We don't have the official rules. I do know that Nick's coming up a weight class, and I think Jonathan may be a little bit heavier than him. So I'll just see what happens. Again, Nick has more experience, and Jonathan is very young and took in this fight on short notice. Both these guys are showing a lot of heart and showing a lot of skill. So we'll see what happens in the second round.
Yeah, you got to give it to these young fighters who come out here trying to learn their trade and do it in a big setting like this in front of so many people, and with the limitations, not being able to throw a punch or a kick and go against your instincts like that has got to take a lot of willpower. And
beautiful takedown and setup by Nick Kaluza. He set him up. I think it was an arm drag at some point, but it looks like I can't really see anymore. But it looks like that was a double leg takedown, and now again he's trying to pass the guard of a Jonathan Castro and get a superior position. Looks like he's going for a leg lock. I'm not sure if they can do leg locks in this match, but it looks like again, like we've had in the first round, Nick is trying to pass the guard of Jonathan. Jonathan is on the ground, choosing to stay on the ground. because he feels that's more advantageous for him. At some point, if this goes on too long, the ref is going to probably stand up Jonathan.
Right, Jonathan on the ground, taking a page out of Antonio Inoki, the famous wrestler's pages, and staying on the ground, looking to kick the shins. It looked like, but now he's got a rear. He's got Jonathan's back here, and he's looking for a choke. If he could wrap that left leg around his midsection, he'd be able to use that leverage and go for the tap out.
From what I can see, it looks like Nick has the back of Jonathan, but now Jonathan somehow got out of that, and again, it looks like Nick is trying to pass the legs of Jonathan, which is not an easy thing to do, because remember, the guy on the ground can move a little quicker because he's sitting down, so it's less of a movement than it is for the guy on top to try and pass. But it looks like now they're in half guard, which is more an advantageous position probably for the guy on top, because the guy on the bottom is kind of bearing the weight of all that. What the guy on the top has to do is get his leg free to hopefully pass his guard and mount, and the guy on the bottom's got to get to his side and not rely on his back. So I'm going to give those two rounds so far to Nick. I think he was a little more aggressive. He had that takedown and maintained a more superior position. I think he was more of the aggressor in that, and he tried to pass the guard of Jonathan during that second round.
I think you're right, Jacob. That's going to show up on the judges' scorecards. When you are standing up and your opponent's on the ground, you have to take the initiative to attack, or else the referee might look at the guy on the ground and award him the points just for being in a position of being ready.
We'll have to see what happens in the third round. Again, Nick is the more experienced fighter. He is a professional. He's had other matches, but this is a camo grappling match. And Jonathan took this fight on very, very short notice. He is under 18, so he's dealing with quite a bit of nerves probably. But hey, this is an exciting fight so far. Both these guys have showed a lot of heart, a lot of skill, and kudos to them for taking fights on short notice and giving everything that they had. Both these fighters, I think, took this fight on very short notice. So congrats to them for being here.
Yeah, congrats to both of them for sure, and just taking opportunities like that is very important. And you have to be ready at all times to take on all comers. And these guys are showing a lot of heart.
Ideally, you need a month or two of getting prepping, but doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you take fights on short notice. People get injured and fight cards, and they call you up, and you got to do it. And if you've been training right, you should be ready at that moment. And sometimes that can actually be more advantageous to take a fight at a short notice, because you don't have time to get worried about it and think about it for months and months. You just do it because you're already prepared for it. So anybody who's ever fought for a long period of time is typically ready. Now getting back to this fight, I can't quite see, but it looks like, can you see? It looks like Jonathan
standing, looking to grab the leg of Kalzoa, and Kalzoa fighting from the ground. I believe that's Kalzoa on the ground, if I'm not incorrect, and now it's rolled over. Castro on the ground, looking for an arm, looking for a limb exposed to grab a hold of, and going 3 rounds in a grappling match can be harder when you build up that sweat and you get slippery and you can't really grab onto anything and cinch it up. It makes it a lot more difficult to end the fight. So you're leaving it in the judge's hands.
Yeah, again, they're both sweaty, lying on top of each other. They're trying to force the action. I can't even see what's going on right now, but it looks like I can't tell who has whose back. And here's the sign for the 15-second. It's going to go over to the judges. We're going to have to see what happens.
And there's the bell.
Thank you.
So your winner, 3-0, out of the blue corner, Jonathan Kessler!
You came to the TFA and you took this fight with short notice, right? Is there anything you want to tell your fans and your friends that came here to support you tonight? Thank you for coming.
Jonathan, congratulations on your first TFA win. That said, it was an exciting grappling match for all the fans. Here's your thoughts.
I want to thank my coach, Richard Ray. I want to thank Riverside Submission.